One of my favorite parts about the program was getting to hear from so many amazing people in the community and how their faith really impacted and shaped their career. And that we're not always going to know what the next 40 or 50 years of our working life is going to look like. It can look like so many different ways, but the Lord uses it all for His glory and to build His kingdom.
I am currently at Hope Academy, which is where I interned during my fellows year. I also work here, by the way, still. And working here has been a blessing in my life to teach academics and the gospel of Jesus Christ to these students, to love on them well through God's love, and to help them grow into the crowns that the Lord has prepared for them.
I'm thankful for the Greensboro Fellows program for so many reasons, but what always comes to mind is this idea of taking a pause to learn, to ask questions like, who am I, and how do I fit into God's big plan?
For me, the most impactful part of the program was definitely the job that I was given. I was given a great placement that really spoke to the interests I had at the time. But more than that, my job and my boss and some of the other people around me helped me to discern some gifts and graces that I didn't know I had, and it gave me a year to really explore those, to see what the Lord was calling me into. And ultimately, He called me into work in His church after the program. I started working for Redeemer, then I worked for the ACNA, and now I work for our diocese, and was just ordained here a couple of days ago. And so, without the Fellows program, I think my life would be in a very different place.
I'm thankful for the Fellows for a couple of reasons. One, I felt like a very safe environment to come into right after college. Don and Becky do a good job of putting a support system around you and allowing you to develop and grow as a young adult you're becoming. And secondly, I'm still working the job I had as a fellow at Hope Academy, and so I appreciate that Dodd took the things I said specifically and really tried to find a job that fit for me, and obviously he's done that very well. So I just want to say thank you to the Greensboro Fellows, and I pray for many, many more blessings.
Something in particular that was really meaningful to me about my time at Redeemer and at the Fellows program was that working on the farm with Lena Van Wyk and Adam Hubert revealed to me that I really have a passion and a desire to see God's people and the larger world caring for, loving, and partnering with God in caring for the earth. That desire to explore eco-theology and eco-philosophy, and what led me to my master's program, all of that started working on the farm in my internship, and I'm really grateful for that.
I also want to share how thankful I am for the Fellows program to connecting me with Tony Casas, who was my mentor during the Fellows program, but he's now a great friend / mentor, but more importantly, a great friend of mine, and how he continues to pour into me still and love on me well. Every time we had a conversation, tears in my eyes, and just how the Lord uses him through the power of the Holy Spirit. So thank you so much, Don and Becky.
One particular way that was really impactful for me was in growing my love and desire for the city of Greensboro. I'll never forget our first weekend retreat, getting here, and it wasn't at all what I expected. One of the things that we did, along with team building exercises and getting to know one another, was we had a lot of sessions with pastors and different leaders in the church on Anglicanism and on the church itself. But in particular, I really remember Elijah Lovejoy's talk on the history of Greensboro and the love for Church of the Redeemer for this city. And that weekend, really, my desire to be rooted here in Greensboro was kind of developed, and that flame was lit. And by the end of the year, I had really fallen in love with Church of the Redeemer in this city, and I'm really, really grateful for that.
A lot of the things that I learned in the Greensboro Fellows program, I use and think of often in my ministry here in Bolivia. And so I really feel like it equipped me, it gave me a clearer sense of the calling that God had on my life, and it just provided with so many great formative experiences.
I really feel like it was the Greensboro Fellows program that the Lord used to help me really see things the way that He does. And He's been continuing to teach me that ever since then.